The hardest thing you've got to cope with is probably the cows. I did try once to nudge a cow just a little bit. But the cow took umbrage and turned around, looked at the car and just booted it. So that's probably the worst thing on the island, really, as far as traffic goes. Well, Eigg is one of the 4 small isles off the west coast of Scotland. You wouldn't get me off here unless I'm kicking, screaming, or possibly arrested. We used to work all the hours that God sent, sort of thing, you know, and that's how I ended up with 2 heart attacks. So you get to a certain stage and you think, well, that's not what life's about, you know. You need a certain kind of a wake-up call. And that's, it tends to be what happens. You go along blindly thinking, chasing the big money sign, and then all of a sudden life throws you a kind of a curveball and you have to stop in your tracks kind of thing. I think landing here is probably the biggest thing I could have ever done in my life to change my situation. You have 2 or 3 ups and downs, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you think, I don't want to do this anymore. I've had it. I've got to go elsewhere. You don't have to keep pace with life. You make it work for you. I am the island's taxi. Sounds strange, because I used to think, who's going to need a taxi on an island? But you'd be surprised. You meet people who you'd never expect to meet. I get to speak to you. I get to find out who you are, what you do. So you've made a connection there. I don't know about everybody else, but I get something from that. It's a positive, good feeling. You meet people here that you'll end up keeping in touch with for the rest of your life. Sometimes I think there's too much technology involved in life, you know. Instead of actually holding a conversation with somebody, you send them a wee message, electronic message. But it's not real. You're not meeting people. You're not grabbing somebody's hand and shaking it. This area that we're in just now, it doesn't have a mobile signal, so you tend to have to talk to each other, have a conversation, which is a good thing. So you kind of get back to your, what I like to call your human side, where you actually speak to people and interact with them and so on. But we're losing that power, the art of conversation. Sometimes when I see the sunsets here, I'll sit out in the garden, I'll have a puff of my pipe, I'll have a glass of whiskey, and just watch the sun dropping down there. And I don't have to go and take a picture with a magic phone or whatever else. I log it in my head and I remember the day. So it's all in there, in the human brain, not on a hard drive. You were here for a month, were you? Yeah. In my job here, I get to tell stories. Oh, we'll get some piece of riff-raff in there. And when I tell the stories, I like to think that it kind of brightens people's days up a wee bit, you know? If you're smiling, it's kind of like a, I don't know, international language of friendship, if you like. Especially when you've got a big furry face and all that kind of thing, you know. when I turned up after doing a tour, and all the people would step out and they would all shout, "Don't believe a thing he says!" So it's there, in writing, on the side, a bit like a disclaimer. It's a human nature that you want to help each other, that you want to make life better for each other. Life has that karma thing about it. You can help somebody that you don't know. You can do you a little favour, or what might seem to you to be a little favour, and it might be a big thing for that person. But that person might come back. They might be the people that save you. So, yeah, if you can do a good deed, do a good deed. You know, it's not rocket science or anything. When I'm gone, I'm gone. Up there in the ether or whatever. The only thing that I would like to think is that I have been a good person and tried to be a good person to the best of my ability. As long as you know that you've done the best you can do. It doesn't sound much, but it's given you peace in here and peace in there. It's quite a biggie.
Thanks for watching this film. All the stories we've made over the last 2 years have only been possible because of the support that we've received from our patrons on Patreon. So if you'd like to help us keep these stories coming, then check out our Green Renaissance page in the link below. Thanks a lot. Want to take this?